Hi, everybody. Ann Louise Gittleman here. I am your hostess with the mostess of the First Lady of Nutrition podcast, and it's my great pleasure today to welcome Dr. Kurt Stickley, Ph.D., VP of Quality Assurance and Research and Development of the ASEA Corporation. Welcome to you, Dr. Kurt Stickley.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here.
Now, I have a question for you. You are a specialist in redox signaling molecules. Can you explain to our listening audience exactly what is redox and what is redox signaling?
One of the fun things that we talk about or think about is even if think about photosynthesis, think about rust on a piece of metal. These are all redox properties that go on. And these all go on inside your body, and they occur within the mitochondria. So redox is a very broad field, if you will. But yes, your body itself, from photosynthesis to the plants you eat to what your body itself, it does it. Yes, redox is bigger than just what we think about, right? So it's a very broad field of chemistry.
So wouldn't you say that your whole body is a redox signaling program, so to speak? It kind of operates that way?
I would agree. So the way the cells talk to one another, through the redox properties, through what would I say? I'm not a biologist, but I can tell you that cells have to talk to one another. We talk in words. And the cells themselves talk through chemistry, and part of that is redox.
So I understand that the redox signaling molecules have been packaged in a particular liquid formula. Can you tell me how that's possible? It's an innate process that you've explained. How can you make this into a supplement that people can take as a dietary enhancement?
Okay, so chemists throughout the years, maybe the last 20 to 30 years, have actually discovered what these redox molecules are. It's not surprising. They have ways to tell you about what they are. We do it through EPR, electron spin resonance. We do it through electrochemical detection. We have mitochondrial probes. We know what some of these redox molecules are. And so we can define them. We know what they are. And they're definitely there.
So how do you package them is my question. So this is something that innately is part of your body from cradle to grave, I guess is the expression. How do you actually package them and make them accessible to the human body?
Okay, so we actually generate or synthesize, if you will, some of the redox molecules that exist in your body. We can't make them all, but we know in the mitochondria that the mitochondria does some of this type of chemistry. These mitochondria are in different cells in your body, in different populations in your body. And so whether it's a muscle, whether it's a different kind of tissue, but when you get stressed, when you eat too much, whether you exercise too much, whatever it may be, the mitochondria that in the cells in the body have to deliver these different redox signaling molecules. And again, even when you're not doing anything, you breathe in oxygen. So 1 to 2% of the oxygen you breathe in is going to create these redox signaling molecules. So this is just a supplement to help the body at the end of the day that it provides a redox signaling molecule.
Now, I notice with the company that you represent and that I have also been a brand spokesperson for full transparency, if you take a look on the label of the ASEA Redox Signaling Molecule Supplement, it simply says salt water. Can you explain why it only says salt water?
In the USA, the United States of America, it's defined as a dietary supplement, which I believe it is. Now, other countries will say differently. We can't just necessarily, regulations around the world don't just revolve around the USA. So all these things, how we market it around the world, it cannot be classified as a dietary supplement.
My understanding is that that the redox signaling molecules actually are held in the salt water. The salt water is somehow reorganized into different molecular structures to hold the redox signaling molecules, if I'm not mistaken. So it's actually a delivery system, if you will. Am I correct in assuming that?
Oh, that's correct. So when we create the ASEA, we're doing electrolysis on the water. So what are some of the things that really affect the electrolysis? Some of the things are the saline concentration. This might be why people think salt and water. Okay, and that's not true, right? The other things we do, the amperage that we put on the salt and the water. The other things we do are we can vary the distance between electrode and or anode and cathode. So we can do different things with the molecules, or the water, if you will. So it's not just salt and water at the end of the day.
That's what I wanted you to explain to our listening audience, because many professionals who take a look at the redox signaling molecules that ASEA distributes will take a look at the ingredients and say, no, it's just salt water. It's obviously a lot more than that. So that's a very important distinction to make. Now, I also understand that there's several other products that ASEA is well known for. One of them is called Renew 28, which is a revitalizing redox gel. Tell me what's so special about this. Is this just another targeted delivery system for the redox signaling molecules for the skin directly? And if so, what does it enhance?
Okay, the other thing I should clarify is that given the way we produce the product, we can change the impurity profile, but I really want to say the purity profile. So we can change how the way the product is enhanced as far as purity, right? So I don't like to use impurity, but we're using purity. So with all that and talking about the skin care, the way we can do that is we can do it through feel. We can do it through, what am I trying to say? The
tonality of the skin, the tightness.
Tightness, yes. And we do have studies that show the tightness of the skin does help, and the wrinkles are reduced. So yes, all this is, it enhances everything. So any beauty product you get, this is going to be at least better, if not better. Yeah.
Okay, so it enhances the beauty and the tonality of the skin and probably the moisture level of the skin as well. At least I have found that to be so. What do people use the liquid for?
The liquid has typically been, so one of the things we found was people really enjoyed the liquid product and they were spraying it on themselves, but that's why we created the gels. So the gels actually are a more concentrated beauty product that you can put on the skin.
And what I have found, if I may, I know that you're in a position where you can't make health claims, but I can say as an interested observer and user, this is very helpful. The topical gel seems to be very healing for skin abrasions, skin cuts, skin scrapes, very good for acne, very healing of inflammation in general. So I personally use it at night, and it's also skin tightening, good for the neck. For those of us over a certain age that would like a little skin tightening. Some of us also spray the liquid into the eyes. They use it for the eye care. Some people nebulize it into the nose. I don't know if that's recommended by the company. I've heard that that's very efficacious. They use it for the gums. And people also find that they have people that have concerns about their digestion, the cardiovascular systems, their hormones, find that taking a little bit of this particular redox signaling molecules enhances their ability to heal their body naturally. So it just provides the body with what it needs as a necessary little catalyst, because we're assaulted with so many environmental toxins. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that it supports good health and it turns on good genes. So what kind of quality system do you have? How do you know that this is a quality product?
Okay, so we are FDA registered with the product that we make. We are audited by a third party called the NSF, and we have their certification as well. And what I mean by that is our processes, the way we make the product, and I think a lot of people don't think about this, but unfortunately I do think about this, or not unfortunately, but when you think about when you go into a McDonald's and you see a lid on the trash can, that's good quality systems. They're the quality systems that we see and don't really think about, right? If I was to feed my child, I have children that have grown up, but when I was giving them baby food, and nobody ever thinks about, or at least I don't think a lot of people think about, you know, when you're feeding them that food, even when you get food from McDonald's or you get wherever you get it, there has to be a quality system. And we are third party qualified. We are FDA certified, you know, or FDA, you know, recognized, put it that way. So all the quality parameters that go into a product that you take every day. I mean, you drive your car every day, right? So you're expecting when you buy a car, you're expecting certain quality parameters. It's really pretty incredible when I think about quality. I don't know, I get a little too overzealous about quality, but that's the way it is. Yeah.
Lovely.
It's expectations, yeah.
So this product, the redox signaling molecules from ASEA, has been on the market for how many years now?
I would say 7 years. I've only been with the company for a year, but yeah, I would say 7 years.
It's been on the, so it hasn't been on the, it hasn't been on the market for a relatively long time. And I know it's growing by leaps and bounds. Are there any studies on ASEA and how it helps the body?
We do have studies that talk about wrinkle enhancement.
Wrinkle de-enhancement.
De-enhancement, sorry, yes, de-enhancement, yes. You're correct, yes.
And I know that you've got, I think it was from the Tourette Laboratory, you've got genetic studies with 5 different genetic pathways, if I'm not mistaken, which shows that it actually enhances gene expression, very helpful for cardiovascular health, digestion, as well as hormonal verification or hormonal balance. So there are not a lot of companies that spend the time and energy, not to mention the money that it takes for these kind of tests to occur. Am I correct in assuming that?
That is correct. And we are always looking for new enhancements to our products, even the existing line, right? So, yeah.
Very good. And what does the process of ASEA look like? You explained it a little bit with the electrolysis. Do you have a, and I've been there, I've been to the home office, but do you actually have a facility where all of the ASEA is made? I see people coming out with little masks and hazmat suits. I mean, it's exceedingly professional and exceedingly impressive. But what kind of a staff do you have with the company?
Okay, you know, it's interesting as we bring the water in, okay, it's coming from Pleasant Grove. You know, the operations are here in Pleasant Grove. The water we actually use, which is drinking water and approved by the EPA, we have to purify it even further. So we remove the total dissolved solids down to below, well, they come in, you could probably get the Pleasant Grove report if you want.
Pleasant Grove, Utah, and I should say Pleasant Grove, Utah for our listening audience.
Okay, yes. And we remove the total dissolved solids down to, and heavy metals as well. So everything's reduced to below like about 1 ppm, 1 part per million. And then it goes through another set of chambers where it actually takes away any microbial particulate, that kind of thing. And it goes
Right.
through a submicron filter, and then it's put into holding tanks that are kept under UV light, which keep any microbials down. And then only do we use the water at that point.
Unbelievable. It's purity par excellence, Dr. Stickley.
Oh, it's, yeah, the purity of the water is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So people it's recommended, and I know from some of the distributors and associates that I've had the pleasure to meet throughout the country, many individuals will take 4 ounces of the liquid ASEA Redox Signaling molecules in the morning and 4 ounces at night. But individuals that may have more of an immune challenge are recommended to take twice or even 3 times that much. Is that something that's recommended?
I can only go with a recommendation on the bottle.
Well, on the bottle, it used to be 2 ounces twice a day, and they've raised it recently to 4 ounces. And that's because I think we need more help and more support with our redox signaling molecules than ever before, with the onslaught of the glyphosates out there and the nano aluminum 5G, as well as the EMFs that are assaulting us on a daily basis. So this simply is a catalyst that enables the body to do what it was designed to do naturally. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Is this product perfectly safe to take then, would you say?
I would agree. It's perfectly safe. This product has been taken, I mean, over the past 5 to 7 years, and we have certain things that we could say that we don't have any adverse effects. I mean, we do get, if we were to get a complaint in the office, we would know. Through quality control, we know, and it is perfectly safe.
I know that sometimes individuals that take a little too much can get a detoxification response, which is considered sometimes a good response, quite frankly. So anything that you may regard as being problematic can actually be a good response, that the product is actually doing something. It's actually working on your system. And we're also very different. Sometimes you just never know. But there's one thing that I do know, and that is that there's no other product on the market that has packaged redox signaling molecules. Am I correct in assuming that?
I would agree, yes.
What are the plans of the company moving forward? They've got certain products that are on the market. I know they have some supplements now, some vitamin and mineral supplements, a very special type of fish oil, an anti-aging Life Max product that they have, and all food-based multiple. And now they've got some of the skincare. They've got the Renew 28, which is the Redox gel, as well as the Redox signaling molecules in the liquid form. Are there any plans that you can share with us?
I will tell you that being a redox signaling molecule based company, our goal is to promote this as best we can. We really feel like we have something unique, and if it makes us more unique in the marketing area, that's even greater. So our goal is to promote this any way we can.
That's a good answer. I'm going to give you a little suggestion, and that is, I'd love to see not just the skincare, which I know that you've come out with, which has been extraordinary for many people. I would love to see oral care, from the toothpaste to the mouthwash, maybe a little shampoo as well. Maybe you can pass that along to the powers that be.
And it presents certain regulatory challenges, but yes, we're looking into everything.
Very excellent. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time. For individuals that are interested in getting more information about ASEA, go to ASEAGlobal.com. And I want to thank you so much, Dr. Kurt Stickley. You've been a pleasure, and I think we are now in the age of redox signaling molecules.
I would agree, and we're discovering what the body was already doing.
What it was meant to do, and we're going to keep it doing what it was designed to do. Well, God bless you. We'll talk soon again. Thank you so much. Again, thank you so much. Again, thank you so much.